Good morning guys, welcome to the channel, welcome to this brand new video. And this video I changed the location a little bit because it's too hot up, so I wanted to make it over here. Now I'm gonna talk a little bit about the match that's gonna have Europa Cup first leg against Eintracht Frankfurt in Germany, in Frankfurt. It's coming Thursday. And before that, I want to just speak about my last video. Now what happened in my last video is some of my subscribers told me that the video is playing, then some others told me that it's kept on buffering and it's not playing on. And so hopefully that was a YouTube issue. I checked it from my end, everything was fine. I'm not sure what happened as to why some were not able to play the video. And it was an important video. It was the Chelsea Manchester United match, which I thought the video will some people will be able to see, but then some were not able to see that. So hard luck, but hopefully this video goes well. I have changed the location a little bit. It's too hot upstairs when I made the videos on the terrace. So right now we're gonna talk about the preview of the Europa Cup match. But before that, I just want to talk a little bit about what's going on for the last 4 days. We came to know how Chelsea is right now in the pole position to finish in the top 4 right now with 68 points. And Man United have what, like 66 points and or 65 points, 65 points, and it's Arsenal's got 68 points because 2 points ahead of Arsenal, 3 points ahead of Man United. 2 games to go for each of the teams now. And Spurs have 70 points. I hope we win our next 2 matches, which will be very tough matches. Watford at home and Leicester City away from home. And well, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I think Man United has got easier matches on paper, at least. Arsenal's got their last match was Burnley away from home, which will be a tough match. You know, Man City had it pretty tough going to Turf Moor and getting 3 points, which they did, but it was tough. So anyways, it'll be interesting. There was one other news came up that Petr Cech could be the Chelsea sporting director. Interesting. Chelsea was trying to get sporting directors from other clubs, like from Lyon or some other clubs I heard, but Petr Cech could be an interesting thing, for Chelsea, saying that he is an ex-player, he's a legend, an ex-player who knows about Chelsea through and through, has been with Chelsea for almost 10 years before he moved to Arsenal, and could be an interesting choice. I don't know, obviously he doesn't have much experience, but he has the heart of a Chelsea fan, so he will know how to deal with it. We have to see how he goes ahead and works with the Chelsea management in acquiring players. Now we have a transfer ban, most likely, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes with that. So this is encouraging news. What finally happens, we don't know. I still believe that Sarri will stay on till the next season because that is how it should be, especially with the transfer ban, bringing on some of our young kids from the loan thing and get the likes of Kurt Zuma, Mason Mount, Reece James into the team we play next season. Whether we play Champions League or not, because it's hard to say make it to the Champions League or not, whether through Europa Cup or through the league. Anyways, so all in all, we'll come to the match now. The preview, it will be at Frankfurt, away match. First leg is away, second leg at Stamford Bridge. We are playing Eintracht Frankfurt, who are number 4 in the Bundesliga. We are currently number 4. 2 weeks back, 3 weeks back, we were 6th, and we were not even. I was the one who was saying that we have an outside chance. We don't even have a chance of getting into the top 4 much. But now we are in the pole position. It's in our hands now to finish top 4. But anyways, Europa Cup is still, as always, been the top priority. Winning trophies are always good. Sarri needs a trophy because he has not won a trophy ever in his life. So all in all, it's a thing we have to look into. Now, what should be the match team that we should play in? It's a very interesting now because there are certain positions which are interesting to look at. Sadly, Hudson-Odoi is out for the season. Rudiger most likely is out for the season. Though I don't think the club has gone ahead and officially talked about it, but we have come through that Rudiger will have a knee surgery in Rome, so he'll be out of the season, which is really sad news because we already have defensive problems even with Rudiger around, and now that he is not there, who is gonna adjust on David Luiz and Christensen to be the Chelsea defense? And we have got like 4 to 5 matches to go to the end of the season. 2 matches in the Premier League, 2 matches this and semi-finals of the Europa Cup, and if we make it to the finals, 1 more match. So obviously Gary Cahill will come in inevitably, in not this match, maybe in the coming matches. It's just a little short on players right now. N'Golo Kante has some injuries. We don't know. He's still playing, but we don't know what can happen in the coming matches. He's very important for Chelsea. We have this season, we had players like Loftus-Cheek who have had back problems, have been out. Ethan Ampadu is also, I think, is out. He's not playing any games for Chelsea. I'm pretty sure he's not fit. So this season, in the last 2 seasons, 2.5 seasons, I hardly saw players getting injured. This season, I see a lot of players, Chelsea players, are injured, which is a kind of a concern. Marco Van Ginkel has not yet been fit. We came to know that by mid-April he will be fit to play, but now it's like what, end of April, early starting of May, and still don't have him fit, which is kind of a concern. I don't know what's there to see. But anyways, coming to the team news, well, starting with Kepa at goal, that's quite given. Azpilicueta, the captain, he will be on one side. The defense has to, in this match, start with David Luiz and Christensen, and we take it from there. Maybe Gary Cahill will come in, not in this match, maybe against Watford. He will have to, because these two cannot play 4 matches in about 12 days. We are playing this Thursday, we are playing Sunday Watford in Premier League, we're playing next Thursday, coming Thursday next week against Frankfurt at home at Stamford Bridge, and then we are again playing Leicester, the final match of the Premiership season this season. So 4 matches in roughly 12 days. Something got to give. Obviously, I don't think we can win all these matches like what happened to Man United. They played 4 matches in the last week, last 10 days or 12 days. So it's like that. It will be pretty tough for us to win all those matches. Hopefully, other teams keep on dropping points, and we still capitalize on those dropping points more than we winning our matches. So anyways, so as I was saying, so it will be David Luiz playing with Azpilicueta, not Azpilicueta, but Christensen in the central defense, with Gary Cahill might be coming in the other matches. And then Alonso, my favorite, will be Emerson, not Alonso actually. I'll say a simple stat about Alonso. That Alonso, whenever he plays a match and he gets a couple of days rest, a couple of matches rest, he comes back and scores a goal. It has happened in the last 1 month or so. He scored a goal against Dinamo Kiev with and also an assist. Then he played 1 match in the Premier League, just the next match, and he played really bad. So he was dropped from the team, and he did not play in a couple of matches. Then he played again 1 match, and he scored a goal. I think it was Slavia Prague, the first leg match. And then he did not play against Liverpool, but then again he played this match and he scored a goal. So whenever he plays 1 match and he doesn't play a couple of matches next, and then he comes back and scores a goal, that's what score. It's just the players get burned out. They play too much. I mean, it was happening in the start of the season. Alonso was not performing, but we still keep on playing because maybe Sarri thought that Emerson is not good enough. And that goes to a lot of burnout, and players get burned out very easily. So for Alonso, I see it's a good stat that he scored a goal against Man United. It was a very good goal, but if he plays every match, he might not be able to prove himself, might not be able to come up with the important scoring or importance which is required in the team. So I think Emerson should come in. Same goes with Gary Cahill. I think Gary Cahill can come in, and suddenly if the first match he plays after 5-6 months, it will be I think he will do well. But if you keep him playing every match, it will be tough for him to come up with the best results or be that much productive. So I think Alonso for me should sit out on this match, or maybe play as a striker. That is an important thing. A lot of people in social media this last 4 days after he scored that the goal against Manchester United, suggested he should be the striker, mainly because the way Higuain is playing. Obviously Higuain had so many offsides. People were pretty much, were alarmed with how can one person or one player have so many offsides in one match. What was he doing? But anyways, I think this match is pretty much sorted. Giroud is going to start as a striker, so this option of Alonso playing as a striker would not come up in this match. I for one would like to see if Emerson is fit to start with Emerson, and then Alonso playing against Watford. But I'm pretty sure having scored such an important goal against Manchester United, I'm expecting him to start. That's how will Sarri go. So most likely Alonso will start in this match. I will prefer Emerson to start. Midfield is pretty easy if everybody is fit. Jorginho, Loftus-Cheek, and N'Golo Kante, but I for one would like to see Ross Barkley coming in this match maybe. But I think this match it will be pretty much Loftus-Cheek. Maybe against Watford we can see Ross Barkley coming in. He has got the same thing, 3-4 days, 3-4 matches he has not played. I think he will be a little more fresh. He can come in and play a little more, and maybe that can actually help Chelsea, because at this moment we need all the players to contribute. It'll be interesting. I mean, just as the contribute part just came into my mind. You know, when you see a football club doing well or not, you're expecting the goals are going to come from your forwards, from your midfielders. And recently, since Chelsea has a goal drought, we have a lot of possession, but we hardly have players who are scoring goals. I mean, Eden Hazard scored goals against West Ham, against Brighton. A couple of our players scored goals, Eden Hazard and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. But if you look at in recent times, Higuain scored against Cardiff City. Our players are not scoring goals. Our midfielders and strikers were expected. The goal we scored against Manchester United came from a long shot from one of our defenders, that was Anthony Rudiger, and that ricocheted from David De Gea. De Gea spilled it, and it fell to Alonso. Alonso reacted fast and he scored that goal. So it was defender. So that is not exactly what we want to see. We want to see our midfielders and strikers to be up there and scoring. They're taking the initiative. That is not coming from our players, unfortunately, our strikers and our midfielders, which is a very big concern. If our defenders are taking are taking shots 20 years, 30 years far away and trying to score a goal from there, which is kind of disappointing. But hopefully we'll see something in this coming matches from our midfielders. And so that's why I also feel that Loftus-Cheek, when he's playing every match, maybe he's not able to contribute. Maybe he still has the niggling back injury, but still playing. So sometimes we need the likes of Ross Barkley, who's not played the last 3-4 matches. He might be a little fresh. He might just do something. So bring him in. So on this match, obviously Loftus-Cheek plays, but the next match with Watford, I hopefully want to see Ross Barkley coming in. The wingers, pretty simple. It's Eden Hazard on one side, Willian on the other side, and Giroud will start as the striker. That part is pretty simple. So hopefully it will be that kind of. This is more like the first team Chelsea has, with Rudiger and Hudson-Odoi injured. This is more or less the team that should start in Frankfurt. It's not going to be an easy match, because again they are a very good side, especially playing at home, and it'll be interesting. They're also in form side. Luka Jovic is one of those many players, and quite a few other players who might be doing well. It's not just Luka, but it'll be interesting for us to see how it goes from there. The scoreline, I mean, Chelsea is known for conceding goals, so I don't expect Chelsea to go out there and not concede goals. So and Chelsea in themselves, we have a lot of possession football, but we cannot go ahead and score goals. So it'll be interesting if we can get a 1-1 or a 0-0. 0-0 I don't think will happen. 1-1, it will be good for us. We can somehow score one goal, which I'm not sure. I mean, we struggle to score against Slavia Prague away from home, so I don't know. Frankfurt is a much better team, and they've beaten good teams actually on their way to the semi-finals. They've beaten like Inter Milan, Benfica, and some other team which came from the Champions League. These teams came from the Champions League, Inter Milan, Benfica, and these teams were beaten by Frankfurt. It just shows how good this team is. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. 1-1 will be a fair result for us. If we get a 1-1, it's equal to a victory, and we can come to Stamford Bridge. Because in case we lose the match 1-0 or 2-1, it'll be interesting. We'll be always under pressure to score 2 goals, or otherwise we'll go to the extra time and penalties. Or in case, in order for us to score 2 goals, we concede 1 goal, it will all over. So I think for myself, I believe that 1-1, if we can take it, it'll be great. So let's see how it goes. Hopefully we'll get something satisfactory for us. And you guys let me know what you guys think of the match scoreline, who are the players should play. At the same time, you can also let me know about the new thing that I've done over here. You like this blue curtain that I put in over here? It also resembles the Chelsea blue. And let me know in the comment section. As always, I love to hear from you guys. So until next time, hoping for a victory in this match. Bye.